Hello students, in the present lecture we are concerned with our unit number 1, that is important definitions under Income Tax Act. I am Professor Dr. V.K. Sawant. We are directly concerned with introduction to income tax. Income tax is a tax on income. If any person have more income than prescribed limit, he is eligible to pay tax to the government. Income tax is the subject of central government. So we know that India is a socialist, democratic and republic country. We are following democracy. 1 plus 1 makes democracy. It means that majority is very essential to making rules. Constitution of India is the supreme law of our country. Other laws, including Income Tax Act, Central Goods and Services Tax, are subordinate to the Constitution of India. Firstly, remember that Constitution of India is very important. Every citizens have certain rights, and citizen of India have required to follow the guidelines given in our constitution. So Constitution of India is supreme law, and other laws are subordinates. Other laws are subordinates to Constitution of India. Other laws includes Income Tax Act, GST Act. The Constitution provides that no tax shall be levied or collected except by the authority of law. It means that Central Board of Direct Taxes (CBDT) frames rules regarding income tax. Other than government, nobody has a right to collect tax from the citizens. That is very important. There are two important types of taxes: direct taxes and indirect taxes. Direct tax is mostly charged on income. Indirect tax is related with consumption or use of service by the recipients. Income tax is a tax on income. Income tax is a direct tax, whereas GST is a indirect tax. Indirect tax are imposed on goods and services. Direct tax is imposed on income, whereas indirect tax is imposed on goods and services. Now, this is the basic about the introduction about the subject. Now I am focusing what is the definition of income tax. Income tax is important and significant source of the government in the present age. It is very important for part of policy making of the government, and government tries to bring socio-economic equality. It means that no two persons are similar in behavior as well as no two persons are similar for getting income. So we are mostly focused with your income. In order to bring socio-economic equality, income try income tax is focusing criteria. So it is an income tax is an important tool to achieve balanced socio-economic growth by providing incentives and concession in income tax for various development purposes. Income tax is mostly collected for development purposes. It is used for developing national priorities. The Indian Income Tax 1961 is passed by the Parliament in 1961. Parliament means Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and President of central government. Income Tax Act come into force with effect from 1st April 1962. In Income Tax Act, yet thousands of amendments are taken place. The amendments are in three forms, namely insertion, secondly omissions, and thirdly substitutions. Insertions mean adding new things. Omissions means omitting out of dated things. Substitutions means making addition to the existing. In Income Tax Act, there are 298 sections and 14 schedules. The Act provides for determination of total income of the SEC, but it does not provide rate of tax. That is very important. Income tax is the base for computation of income, total income of an SEC, but rates of tax are determined separately by passing Finance Act every year during the budget session. The rate of tax is decided every year by the passing Finance Act. It means that Finance Act is passed for every year. In the present year, Finance Act passed called as Finance Act 2021. The Finance Act shall bring amendments to Income Tax Act. The law provides for determination of taxable income, tax liability, procedure for assessment, appeal, penalties, and the Income Tax Act provides the information as related to determination of taxable income, procedure for assessment, appeal, penalties, etc. By considering the definition of income tax, we can determine, or we can say that certain characteristics of income tax. There are 7 characteristics I have focused here. One is income tax is progressive in nature. To make progress of the nation is the purpose of income tax. Income tax or direct tax is levied at progressive rate. It is very important. The income tax is determined at progressive rate. It is a compulsory payment. A person having more than prescribed income, that person has required to pay tax compulsory. There is no option. But taxpayer does not get a direct return. Income taxpayer does not get directly any return because of tax paid by him. Income tax is one of the major sources of income of the central government. Income tax is levied and collected from the SEC and cannot be shifted. Income tax cannot be shifted to anyone. That is very important. It is levied on SEC's income. It may affect the ability to invest adversely. These are the characteristics of income tax, that is direct tax. Now, second definition, SEC. To whom may called as SEC? According to Income Tax Act 1961, Section 2, Clause 7, an SEC is a person from whom any tax payable under the Act. Any person paying tax is called as SEC. From whom any other sum of money such as interest or penalty is payable under the Act. Any sum payable as a part of tax to the central government, that amount paid by the SEC or person termed as SEC, against whom any procedures under the Act have been initiated for the assessment of his income or loss of refund due to him. On the basis of determination of income tax, firstly, total income of SEC is determined, then it is decided whether the tax is refundable to him, excess tax, or not. Who is deemed to be SEC? That is representative SEC such as guardian of minor or manager of lunatic or agent of the non-resident. Though here one thing is focused that deemed person is also called as SEC. For example, if guardian of minor or manager of lunatic or agent of non-resident. Who is deemed to be an SEC in default? Person who is failed to discharge an obligation under the Act, that is deduction of tax at source, payment of advance tax. This is the definition of SEC. There are 5 aspects covered in it. One aspect is SEC means any person to whom tax is payable under this Act. So this is the definition of SEC under Income Tax Act 1961. Then person. As per the Income Tax Act Section 2, Clause 31, there are 7 categories of person. Income tax says these 7 categories as person. Firstly, an individual. An individual means it refers to natural human being. An individual is called as person. It includes minors and insane. A second category of person is a Hindu undivided family. It includes wives and unmarried daughters. A Hindu undivided family, another name is joint family. It includes wives and unmarried daughters. A joint family of Christians or Muslims cannot be called a HUF. A firm. It refers to partnership firm governed by the Partnership Act. A company, it means a company defined under section 2 clause 17. It may be Indian company or foreign company. Here we we observe that four categories of person. One is an individual, second is a Hindu undivided family, third is a firm, fourth is a company. 5. An association of persons. In shortly, it is called AOPS or body of individuals. It refers to body of persons whether incorporated or not, who have joined together to serve common interests. For example, trade unions. It is called as trade union is called as association of persons. Trust is also called as association of persons. Cooperative societies, Indian Chamber of Commerce, Indian Medical Association, like this. These are the associations of persons. A local authority. The local self-governing bodies. We have three types of government: central government, state government, and local government. The local self-governing bodies like district boards, municipal corporations, municipalities, gram panchayats are the entities included under this category. Every artificial judicial person, it includes all remaining entities not covered under the above six categories. For example, public corporations established under special act. These are the 7 categories of persons. First is an individual, a Hindu undivided family, a firm, a company, an association of persons, a local authority, every artificial person. These are the 7 categories of person. Income tax says these 7 categories as person. What is the need of to determine give the definition of person in order to levy tax and determine income tax liability of an assessee? The person has been classified into 7 categories as per Income Tax Act. For your information, I have given here examples of persons. Firstly, we have mentioned here legal status, and then we have to determine in which category that will cover. I have given certain examples for your information, for your knowledge. Firstly, legal status. Suppose Mr. Sachin Tendulkar. You may consider any name as you like, or Rajesh Sanas. That legal status is coming under the category an individual. There are 7 categories. It covers under the category individual. A joint Hindu family consisting of Mr. Nikhil Desai. I have uh, taken here examples as I treat that will be fit for understanding. Mr. Nikhil Desai, his wife and minor son Sangram. It, it is an example of Hindu undivided family. Messrs. Parab and Gandhi, a partnership of 2 merchants. Messrs. Patel and Patil, a partnership of chartered accountants. Another example, Dr. Mahesh and Dr. Suresh, that is the partnership. So we may call it a firm, that is category firm. Omkar Housing Finance Limited or Sunrise Founders Private Limited, that is company, a company. Prakash Cooperative Credit Society, Shivaji University Teachers Association, that is association of persons. You may put any examples for your information. You can think and you can decide that that person in which category requires to mentioning as per the law. Pune Municipal Corporation or Masur Gram Panchayat, a local authority. Mumbai University, Life Insurance Corporation of India, Maharashtra State Road Transport Corporation, and artificial jurisdiction person. These are the 7 categories of persons. I have put here certain examples for classification of person. Then another definition is assessment. Assessment means determination of income or loss of an SEC and the amount of tax payable or refundable to the SEC. So there are two important stages in assessment. This is the definition of assessment given under section 2 clause 8. First, computation of total income of SEC according to Income Tax Act. Second, determination of tax liability of such income according to Finance Act of the relevant year. Here necessary to consider there are two important aspects of assessment. One is computation of total income. It is computed according to Income Tax Act. And another is determination of tax. Tax liability is determined as per the Finance Act. These are the two important parts. Section 2 clause 8 does not define assessment clearly, but it simply states that it includes reassessment. Another definition, assessment year. Tax is levied in assessment year on the basis of income earned by an SEC in the previous year. So here assessment year means the period of 12 months commencing on first day of April every year and ending on 31st March of subsequent year. In simple, assessment year means the period of 12 months commencing from 1st April and ending on 31st March next following. The income earned in the previous year is brought to tax in the assessment year. Hence, it is called as income tax year. The assessment year succeeds the previous year. For example, income earned in the year 2020-21 is to be taxed in the year 2021-22. Here previous year, that is income year, is 2020-21 and assessment year, that is income tax year, is 2021-22. Previous year, another definition. Previous year, section 2 clause 34 and section 3. The year in which income earned is known as previous year. It means that the year in which income received, that is called the previous year. The income in which tax is levied, that is called as assessment year. Income previous year means income year, and the next year in which the income is assessed treated as assessment year. I have kept certain examples for your information here. In short, previous year means income year. Previous year means the year in which SEC has actually received income. Previous year means the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. For examples, suppose previous year is 2018-19. For that, assessment year will be 2019-20. Suppose previous year is 2019-20. Assessment year for that will be 2020-21. Suppose previous year is 2020-21. The assessment year will be 2021-22. The previous income is also known as income year. Where the assessee does not maintain accounts, his previous year is always the financial year immediately the preceding the assessment year. In short, previous year is also starts from 1st April and ends on 31st March next following. In the case of newly set up business or profession, though you have uniformed year 1st April to 31st March, but field situation is different. For your additional information, I have given here one example. Say, in the case of newly set up business or profession, the previous year will be from the date of starting business or profession to 31st March next following. For example, suppose the business is set up on 1st November 2020. Then previous year will be from 1st November 2020 to 31st March 2021 for the assessment year 2021-22. It means in this case the previous year is less than 12 months, because anybody can start business as per his wish. Therefore, first year of business or first year of profession may not be of 12 months. In other words, first previous year may not be period of 12 months, but that is very important. Thereafter, after completion of first year, that is less than maybe less than 12 months, then after completion of first year of any business or profession, thereafter it will be from next previous year will be start from 1st April to 31st March. Generally, uniform previous year has to followed for all sources of income. From this discussion, we seen that previous year in case of newly set up business or profession may not be the period of 12 months, but later on every previous year covers 12 months. That is very important. So in this way we have discussed various important definitions related to income tax. We in the present lecture we discussed a background of the subject. What is definition of income tax, definition of assessee, definition of person, definition of assessment year, and definition of previous year. So these are the important definitions as related to income tax. So this is enough in this lecture, and I am concluding my lecture here. Thank you for patiently listening.